Greetings and Happy New Year! I am Skeletor and this is SkeleTalk, the series where I answer your questions. Thanks very much for stopping by. Whiplash is on holiday this week, so with any luck, the show should go smoothly and we won't have any interruptions. Let's get straight into the questions. DezT writes, I'm suffering from the after effects of the Christmas Brussels sprouts. Is this something that affects you? Yes, I too was riddled with sprouty farts following my Christmas lunch. Most of my Boxing Day was spent guffing at Beastman. Much like a dog, he very much appreciates being farted at. If any of you viewers have a dog, I recommend farting on them whenever the opportunity arises, as they will enjoy this immensely. DezT also asks, what tipple will you be enjoying on New Year's Eve? Well, at the time of recording, we've already had our New Year's Eve party, and I was drinking Smirnoff Ice and the remainder of the Christmas sherry. Thanks for the questions, Des. StephenGray has 2 questions.
Underground, overground, wumbling free. The wumbles of Wimbledon, come are we?
Beastman?
Yes, Skeletor?
Beastman? What in the name of Penelope fuck are you doing walking in the middle of my shot?
Sorry, Skeletor, I was going to the toilet.
You were going to the toilet?
Yes, Skeletor, I was going for a poo.
I don't care why you were going there. What interests me is why you're walking in the middle of my shot when I'm recording an episode, you twat.
I'm sorry, Skeletor, I didn't think...
I would never have this problem with Whiplash.
I'm very sorry, Skeletor, but I really need to do the poo. I'll see you later.
Right, well, I'm going to beat you later. Absolute buffoon. I'm sorry about that, everybody. Right, where was I? Oh, yes. StephenGray has 2 questions. Number 1, when it comes to presents, do you believe the old saying that it's better to give than receive? No! This is obviously rubbish. I dislike giving people presents, as you will have seen on Monkey Boy's Christmas video. It is much better to be the recipient of presents, and I am happy to receive gifts at any time of the year. My favourite gifts are toys, edibles, and animals. And question 2, do you have any New Year's resolutions? No! I don't believe in making resolutions. I think this is a ridiculous waste of time, and I would never, ever commit myself to any actions or behaviour to facilitate the betterment of myself or anyone else. What a pathetic tradition this is. Whoever came up with the idea is a Burke. Thanks for the question, Stephen. ReadingMovies has 2 questions this week. Firstly, what will your New Year's resolutions be? Well, I am a strong believer in this tradition, and I always observe it with extreme dedication. It is a marvellous idea, and whoever came up with it is a genius. This year, my resolutions are: number 1, to steal at least 30% of Monkey Boy's bakery products throughout the year. Number 2, to acquire a mechanical horse. Number 3, to re-establish communication with my French cousin, Skeletor, and invite him to visit. Number 4, to improve my cardio by beating Beastman 3 times a day without fail. And number 5, to eat more fruits and vegetables. ReadingMovies' second question is, who is most likely to embarrass themselves at the Snake Mountain New Year's party? Well, prior to the party, I would have said Beastman, but actually it turned out to be Trapjaw. He got very drunk and thought it would be a good idea to test his resilience by chewing one of our main circuit breakers. As it turned out, he was not very resilient. Not only was he electrocuted, he also fully soiled himself. We all pointed and laughed in his stupid face. Thanks for the questions, Reading Movies. MegaSoggy has 2 questions. Number 1. How long have you known you wanted to be an evil Lord of Destruction? Has it been your dream since you were young? Or was it something you wanted to do later on in life? Well, I really only decided to become the evil Lord of Destruction in 1981. Prior to that, I was a landscape gardener. When I was a boy, I wanted to be a firefighter, but I was put off when they started giving jobs to robotic elephants. I have been engaged in my current role for over 40 years, and I think I'm very good at it. The learning curve was steep, but rewarding. And question number 2. Did getting into your profession require any post-secondary training at a college or university? Did you have to be trained when you got the position? Well, I received most of my training during an apprenticeship with Hordak, although I broke away from his tutelage when I discovered that he was a twat. These days I keep up to date with my learning via online courses and biannual conferences held at a leisure centre in Torquay. Thanks, MegaSoggy. LordMalvada has 5 questions again this week. Firstly, which individual, corporation, country or organisation would you bankrupt if you had the chance? Well, the individual would be Elton John, although this might not stop him writing music, unfortunately. The corporation I would bring down would be Nike, because of their use of child labour. I am, however, aware that this might cause a bigger problem regarding poverty in those countries. Political economics is not my strong point. The organisation I would bankrupt would be the BNP, for obvious reasons. And I would not bankrupt any country. Question 2. Do you still get dandruff? No. Question 3. How many times a day do you look in the mirror with just your underwear on? Twice. Once before breakfast and again just before going to bed. I like to keep tabs on my physique. LordMalvada's 4th and 5th questions actually have a combined answer, but the questions are: what is the worst thing you ever did after drinking a mandatory amount of alcohol? And when you poop at home, do you drop your pants around your ankles or take them all the way off? Well, I don't know what a mandatory amount of alcohol is, but I shall answer both your questions with the following anecdote. A number of years ago, I attended a wedding to which I was not invited. Afterwards, there was a free buffet and bar. I ate a considerable amount of prawn cocktail and drank myself silly on rum and cokes and baby sham. The evening passed without incident. However, when I arrived home, I continued drinking, this time gin, straight out of the bottle. At about 3 a.m, the prawn cocktail decided that it wanted to leave my body via the back door with some insistence. I hurried to the bathroom to facilitate this, and in my haste I did not shut the door. This was soon to become relevant. I dropped my pants around my ankles and leapt upon the lavatory to begin my drunken poo. This is where events took an alarming turn for the worse. As the prawn cocktail evacuated my body with a great urgency, a huge spider dropped from the ceiling and landed in my lap. At this, I squealed and leapt to my feet. The spider clung to my thigh and was not dislodged. In fear, I farted and shat into my own gusset. In a desperate attempt to avoid the effluence, I stepped forward, tripping on my own pants. I stumbled out of the open doorway and pitched head over heels down the stairs, which were opposite the bathroom. My flinging feet, wrapped as they were in shitted underwear, acted like a hideous trebuchet and flung the stinking contents up the walls and onto the ceiling. When I reached the bottom of the stairs, I made a vow to never mix my drinks and to always remove my underwear when pooing. I never did find the spider. Thanks for the questions, LordMalvada. And thanks for the questions, everybody. If you liked the video, please do give it a thumbs up and share it with your minions. Do subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and please leave any questions for me in the comments below. Right, I'm off to eat Maltesers and watch Raw Deal. See you next time. Bye!